Okay, so let's talk about Porto, our next game. We lost 2 points in the first game against FC 20 at home. It is going to be a difficult match against Porto. Porto, we discussed, are the most difficult opponents that we are going to face in the group stage, at least. If we talk about UEFA coefficients, they're highest in that 14th amongst the opponents we'll be talking.
No, in fact, Porto, across the entire 36 teams who are part of the Europa League, they are the team with the highest UEFA coefficient. So,
Really?
whichever stage we reach of the competition, I don't think if we just go by UEFA coefficient as the right barometer for deciding how good a team is, from that perspective, Porto is, I think, 13th or 14th, and maybe United is one spot lower or above them. So on that evidence, better than a lot of Champions League teams as well. But that aside, I think that is UEFA coefficient being calculated over the last few years and all of that. 20 was last on that list in terms of the opponents we are facing in the league, but we saw what happened there. So, and we are going away this time, so definitely it won't be easy. And we have seen a few times when we go and play away games in European football. I think it was Galatasaray last season, where the kind of environment that the opposition creates, the opposition crowd, the fans create because they realize it's probably the biggest game hosting Manchester United. They just up the ante. I'm expecting something similar might happen at Dragao. And the problem with this squad is this squad can very quickly buckle under that pressure. We saw that happen at Galatasaray. In fact, if I remember that game correctly, Garnacho had scored a goal. He did a bit of a gesture to the crowd, and after that, we went on to lose the game. I was like, this player is just too young to realize 17 minutes into the game or whatever, 20 minutes into the game, we have scored our first goal. Don't do all of that because it can bite you back. That said, good thing is that Porto's form in the Europa League, or I wouldn't say form, but at least the first game in the Europa League, they had a bit of a hiccup. So they went down 2-0 to Porto Glimt in the first half itself. Although Glimt got a red card, they nicked another goal in, and I think they lost 3-2 if I'm not wrong. Yeah,
Yep.
they lost 3-2 in that one. So they will also be in a little bit of a pressure, but they've been doing well in their league, isn't it?
Yeah, so they sit second in their league right now. They have won 6 games out of 7, scored 16 goals, and very solid defensively, only conceded 3 goals. So I was looking at their style of play. They employ a very high press, very aggressive pressing across the field. Who is central? The two midfielders are very central to this. They're Nico Gonzalez and Alan Varela. So these two lead the press and lead the transitions. And they have a lot of winger-driven play. You talked about their left back being very effective. So they have a lot of winger-driven plays. They have wingers like Jaleno and Brazilian Pepe. These two are very solid when it comes to attack. So yeah, us defending on the flanks, one, and us being a bit press resistant, us being a bit patient on the ball will be key to winning this match, I believe.
No, yeah, I think the fact that Gelano so far has been one of their best players, he plays on the right wing, makes me a little worried. I think we have been carved open from our left a few times now this season. And for a lack of match fit left back, we will continue to play Diego Dallo in that position. And I will be wary of that. I think we need to figure out a way how the central midfielder who is playing on the left and Licha Martinez and Diego Dallo sort of combine well to protect our left. And even their striker, is he a new signing? Omur?
Yeah.
He has also
So
been doing well.
Yeah, so over the summer, they lost their 2 highest goal scorers, Mehdi Tarami and Evanilson, and they bought this 20-year-old Samu Morodion. So Samu Morodion was also targeted by Chelsea, but he has been in great form. He has scored 5 goals in 4 games. So him and Nico Gonzalez, who is a former Barcelona player, by the way, these two are key players for Porto. Who do you think will need key to unlocking the defense of Porto, which also is great, by the way? Who do you think? Let's talk predicted lineup. Who do you think starts it? I know it's very difficult coming after such a game against Spurs. But we have seen the pressure. We know that Mount will not be involved. That Luke Shaw will take some time. But we know that Maguire and Menu are back. So who starts in the back for you?
I think the back five will be same as it was in the previous Europa League game. So I think Delict is benched for this one again, and Maguire and Martinez start at centre back, and Mazraoui and Dalot continue in the full back positions. Onana obviously continues. What do you think? Do you think Delict gets this one or Maguire?
I don't know about Maguire's fitness, even though he's part of the squad. I still believe there's a case of Delit starting there.
Yeah, I think he missed out at the previous game. He wasn't part of the Spurs game. So if he's not fully fit, yeah, I think Delict starts. Although Evans and Lindelof are in the squad, I don't think Erik Ten Hag will be going there. So it's either Delict or Maguire, depending on Maguire's fitness. Then coming to the midfield, I think Ugarte and Eriksen start this one for us. Eriksen didn't play the last game and at least didn't start the last game, and we crave a little bit of a control in games like this. Especially you talked about their aggressive press. So I think Erik Ten Hag will trust Eriksen. And Ugarte gets his third game in a row. I think it's important for him to bet himself in this style of play, and the more he plays, I think the better it will become. So Ugarte and Eriksen play with our number 10 being Bruno, I think. And you talked about who will be critical in unlocking Porto's defense. I think Bruno really needs to step it up. He has had, I don't remember Bruno having 3-4 bad games in a row in the past, but that has happened now. So this is the time when he steps up. This is the time when he shows why he's the captain. He takes the squad with him. So yeah, I think Bruno starts.
No, completely agree. He did apologize after the game for his rash tackle, putting the team under that pressure. And yeah, his redemption arc has to begin with this game. This is a must-win game for us. Its importance cannot be overstated. But yeah, Bruno has to start working. But do you see balance in this midfield? Ugarte, Bruno, and Eriksen? Do you think Ugarte alone is sufficient to dictate play, break chances? I still feel Ugarte needs a bit more of Casemiro or Menu to fully flourish.
Maybe, but on the back of the last game and the injury Menu got, I think that, Menu, although he has travelled with the squad and all, I have a feeling he won't start. That leaves us with Casemiro as an option. But from a control perspective, I think Eriksen brings in that control a little more. And for this game, I think Ugarte may not be interested with the responsibility of building play. It will more be on the lines of breaking down the opposition, just ensuring that we are not making those mistakes. And Casemiro can be prone to that, especially if the opposition is speedy and all of that. And he then sort of pushes the ball either to an Eriksen or a Bruno or one of the wingers who can then build up attacks from there. So which is why I feel Eriksen-Ugarte combination might be preferred for this one.
Alright, okay. For me, the starting 11, I feel it's high time that Højlund should come into picture. I feel this is the good game for him to start. I'll take Højlund up top, Rashford and Garnacho on the wings. What about you?
No, I agree. I think he has now played 3-4 games where he has come in as a substitute. He has few minutes, so I obviously don't know the fitness schedule and what the medical department etc. is planned, but if he can play 60 minutes, he should start this one. I think we need a little bit of a refresh in how we are playing going forward. On the wings, again, I spoke about this in a few of the previous pods as well. We have a couple of, the way Erik Ten Hag has been looking at it is he is doing rotating the squad in terms of the wingers. So this time, just on the back of that, I think it will be Garnacho and Amad who will play on the wings.
Brilliant then. I see this game as the best case scenario I see for United and Erik Ten Hag is us securing a 1-0 victory. I say 1-0 because they only conceded 3 goals throughout the league. Only 3 goals. That being said, I think we have the quality across the squad, which hasn't been very evident in the recent games, but we still have that capability to knock opposition out. I think it will be a 1-0 game. I'll take a comeback goal from Højlund. What about you, Arij?
I will go a little more optimistic in this one. I know the evidence from the past games haven't suggested that this might happen, but I am getting a hunch that this will be a 0-2 victory for United. We will probably get a goal in the first half through Bruno, and then Porto will be chasing the game, which is when Hoyland will get another one. So we will get 0-2 victory. We will show we are solid at the back. We will calm some of this media narrative around change in manager and all of that. So hopefully start of a positive run.
No, that's all we hope. We do call for a little calm from our fans, a little patience from our fans. Let's not call for the head of our beloved manager when we know for a fact that everyone is in it together. Our manager called out for togetherness. Everyone is in it together. The players, the manager. It's all a collective responsibility. Let's not forget that.
Agree. And this is a time when I think some of the players that have come into the squad, they start gelling a little more. We hopefully are able to survive this circus that has been created by the media, by the fans on Twitter, etc. Able to get through the next two games with fairly positive results. And it gives Erik Ten Hag and the squad another international break to gel a little more. And after that, it will be time to just then get in the results, because we will not have any more sort of reasons as to why the squad is not gelling together and all. And I have a feeling that, the likes of Ugarte, Mazaraoui, Zirkzee, Delict, all of them will start coming together, and we will be in a good position after the international break. So yeah, on that note, we will close the episode now. This hopefully is a start of a run where we can get a few wins. And thanks for listening in. Do share it with your friends. Do give us your feedback in terms of how is it that we can improve this. And yeah, we will come back to you with the review of the Porto game and the preview to the game against Villa. And yeah, as always, this is our perch. Let's knock him off. Until next time, stay united.